Hey guys, it is John C Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Of course, you know that. It's great to be with you tonight. Of course, your podcast host and coach. And of course, I got a great topic for you, but we'll get to that in just a minute. If you're new here, just pick up your smartphone for me, please. Launch your camera app, point over the QR code like so. Touch that yellow ellipse on the bottom. You get my link tree as easy as that. You'll notice we added a brand new section at the top, tools for podcast hosts and guests. So you guys can definitely check that out. I think you guys will really like that. And this is actually the section right here. You guys can see it right here. It says tools for podcast hosts and guests. And you're definitely going to want to definitely check that out. I think you'll be very happy, with what is there. So definitely check that out. Again, I want to thank you guys because we're really climbing up. Very, very happy. We are just over 37,000 downloads. Probably in a few more days, we'll be at 40. And then within a couple of weeks, we'll be at 50,000. That's our next big milestone to hit, is 50,000 downloads. And very grateful for all of you. And then we have another big goal, which is to hit 100,000. And our goal is to hit 100,000 because we'll be at 50. Like to try to hit it by the end of the quarter, if not right after it. So that would be like roughly 10,000 a month. 60, 70, 89, 50, 60, 70. We could probably do it in 3 months. We could do it in 3 months. I'd like to have it done before the end of March. We'll have 100,000 downloads. That's what we're going for. So lots of great stuff coming. Of course, we have more milestones coming for you guys. So definitely check all that out. And we have some more celebrations coming. Like, we'll be celebrating 800 episodes very, very soon. That's not today. It's not tomorrow. It's going to be in a little while. We're right now at 792. So to give you the exact date, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means next Thursday, we'll be publishing our 800 episode. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. BelieveMeAchieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations. But let's get right into the show. Whether you're here at 11:30 at night, 11:30 in the morning, 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 1 a.m., 1 p.m., potato, I'm grateful that you are here with me tonight, November 1st, 2023. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's gotten cold. Summer is definitely gone. So let's get into that master topic, all right? Is everybody ready for the master topic? Here we go. How and why taking someone's temperature leads to success. Series 2, Show 44, episode number 5. Yes. Remember, like number 5, the robot from Short Circuit? Yeah, number 5. Number 5 is alive. All right, no pun intended there. But thinking about this whole concept, right? We talked a little bit about how do you determine when somebody is actually when somebody is warm, because warm is something, pretty interesting. And so cold is one thing, right? But when somebody's warm, it's like there's a potential. I mean, they could go either way. They could be amazing or they could be terrible. So how do you find out if somebody is warm or somebody is cold? I think the best way to do it is to realize that you've got to become genuinely interested in the other person. That's probably the biggest thing I can tell you. Become genuinely interested in the other person. And when you do that, you'll find out that people really care about you. Now, you have to be sincere in becoming genuinely interested. That's the kicker. You can't we have to make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that what we're doing is for the right purpose. That's right. I said for the right purpose. Now, sometimes people get a little confused with this, and I will tell you that it can make a difference in your life. It can make a huge, huge difference in your life. And so, thinking about, let's say, your life and thinking about how it goes, I think the biggest challenge is trying to figure out, when is somebody interested in me, or when is somebody just saying, hey, I'm interested, but I'm really not interested. Because a lot of times when somebody tells you that they're interested, it's because they want something from you. I'm just going to cut right to the chase here. It's because they want something from you. I've discovered this from a lot of people, and it's funny when you stop giving, they disappear. Now that might sound harsh, but it's the truth. It's absolutely the truth, ladies and gentlemen. And I know you might be saying, "Well, John, that can't be." Yeah, it can be, because people, unfortunately, are selfish. Not everyone, but there are some people. And so, I know what you're probably saying. You're probably saying, "Well, John, that doesn't affect me because, I'm smarter than that." Well, has nothing to do with how smart you are. What it has to do with is, do you recognize when you're getting used, or I'll say abused, right? I'm going to just come right out and say it. Do you recognize? Okay. You can do this, ladies and gentlemen. You can do it. And I'm here to tell you that it's not something that you're going to do overnight, but you got to be genuinely interested in other people. I mean, I think that's the major thing that I want to say to you is you've got to become genuinely interested. They're going to know that you really don't care about them. And I know that might sound harsh, but it's the truth. And so I always say it's better to hit things off at the pass than to be misled, right? And I'll tell you that it's not something that you're going to just find, like overnight. You have to become genuinely interested in the other person, because if you do, then there will be a reason and a doorway for you to provide value. Okay? There'll be a doorway. And that's not hard, but it's the intent to do it. So when we say you want to become genuinely interested in somebody else, you really care about them. You want to learn about them. You want to know the truth. I've been in lots of calls. A lot of times I do pre-chats, for my shows. And a lot of people try to BS me and say, they care. But then I find that they really don't care about my audience. They just want to be selfish and get themselves online. So I'm wise to that game. I'm very wise to that game. And so if you can understand that you have the ability to make changes, okay? You have the ability to make changes, then you can really impress somebody. You can impress somebody. You can impress somebody. And like I said, that is not a hard thing to do. But the question is, are you impressing somebody because, it's going to make a difference for them, or are you trying to do something that is going to like make you look good? I think most people have very good ambitions. They do. Unfortunately, they go awry sometimes. They look at profits and they say, "Oh, you know what? I'm just going to do that because it's more profitable." And they don't realize that they hurt a business. See, I think that's the biggest challenge that I find. They don't realize that they've hurt a business. And so, how do you become genuinely interested in somebody? Well, the best way to become genuinely interested in somebody is to find out what it is that they like, what they enjoy. And you got to become genuinely interested in them. I mean, that's the name of the game. If you can't do that, then all bets are off. Every bet is off. Every single one of them. And so what I want to tell you is that just making this time to figure out how to connect with someone. How are you, Rekable? Good to see you there. Thank you so much. So connecting with people and figuring out that there is no agenda, right? Maybe you're on a date and there's an agenda, right? You have this agenda, not to get graphic here, but you have an agenda. And so what I want to tell you is that agenda should not be readily something that comes out, and you should not have an agenda. You should care about the person and just take things for what they are. I mean, I think that's really the bottom line. Take things for what they are. And if you can take things for what they are, then I think and I say that to you because when I say it's not going to happen overnight, you'll realize that this is something that you've got to do from the heart. Okay, you've got to do it from the heart. If you can't do it from the heart, then I feel that people are going to find out that you're a phony, that you really don't care about them. I mean, that's what they're going to figure out, whether you like it or you don't like it. This is what they are going to find out. And if they find out that you are not the person that they believe you are, they're going to lose all trust in you. They're going to lose all trust in you. And something you might have taken weeks to build, you destroyed it in the fraction of a moment. You destroy it in the fraction of a moment. So how do we become genuinely interested in the other person? Well, the one way we do it is we listen to their story. But how do you tell whether somebody's warm or cold? And we'll get into hot tomorrow, but cold, we know. If somebody has no interest, they're totally not paying attention to you, they're not interested in what you're talking about. So change the topic. If, let's say, the person cares, but they suddenly go cold, it's you. It's how you presented something. That's probably the biggest thing I can tell you. It's how you presented something. And you might be like, "Oh, well, John, I'm like the best." Well, I understand you're the best, but if you lost somebody's ability, then I feel that you're not the best. Okay, you're not the best at all. Um, and I think that's something that people have to realize. Okay, if we can realize that just by making a pivotal shift, okay, just by making that pivotal shift, we can dramatically affect whether somebody is going to be interested in us or not. And so, whether it's sales or whatever it is, when we take the time, okay, to understand someone, to be, I'm going to say, in their world. That's right. I said to be in their world. To be in their world is not hard. Okay. But you have to do it because it's important. You have to do it because it's important. And that might sound, I don't know, a little bit crazy. Trust. When we learn how to take temperatures with subtlety and respect, we build trust. Because even if somebody's not on the level that we're at least we know where they're at. And we need to adjust our level. Maybe we need to take 5 steps backward. They're not ready to move forward. We have this happen a lot in a relationship. You want to jump to whatever base it is, and the person's not even wanting to hang out with you. Or you want to go back to the person's place and they don't even want to have dinner with you. So I think we got to start from that end. And when we could start from that end, and when we can realize something's cold, like I said this to you before, if I, let's say, go out and you ask me a question, hey, John, where'd you go? And I say, out. Okay. So now you might ask again, well, John, where did you go? I went out. And so if you ask me, well, what did you do? Stuff. Maybe I asked something like, did you go far? No. So when I give you short answers, I am being polite. I'm not being friendly. I don't want to share what happened maybe with you. If you ask the question, hey, John, where'd you go? Oh, we went out to go to a movie. And then after the movie, we left early because it was terrible. And then we just went to get pizza and then we came home. That's a difference. That's a warm. It's not a hot. It's a warm. Hot, we'll talk about tomorrow. A cold will be that I just kind of ignored you. So if somebody's ignoring you and not giving you the time of day, I'm here to tell you that you need to recognize that, not cry, have a pity party, but realize that you can make a difference. That's a key to tell you, hey, John, you got to change. You got to adapt. Because if you don't, you're possibly going to blow this friendship. Make sense? Ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, and of course, your podcast coach and host. It has been an amazing privilege, of course, a pleasure and honor to be with you this fantastic, Wednesday evening, November 1st, 2023, with content, and definitely go to believemeachieve.com. Click on that link, help keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, a scrumptious bowl of desserts. Either way, we'll be grateful for those pennies and dollars. We'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content. Again, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, your podcast host, podcast coach, and specialist in helping businesses tell a story that leads to them growing and being more scalable and, of course, more profitable. Now, I typically work with companies that bring in 10 million or more, and I'm very good at helping people tell their story. I didn't say a made-up story. I tell the story that either is not shared with the world or the story they might have that we have to figure out, but I tell the truth. And I think that's the most important thing, is to be genuine. So I'm great at telling stories. I'm getting great at getting people curious about people and their businesses. So they'll have conversations and then they'll potentially want to do business with them. It has been an amazing pleasure, privilege to be with you. Check out believemeachieve.com. Also check out the brand new section for podcast hosts and guests. Lots of great stuff there and deals and things to help you get the tools you need so you can have a better podcast experience, whether you're a guest or whether you're a host. Have yourself an amazing evening.